Hello, welcome to another Loon Press podcast. And today I'm very excited to introduce probably one of my favorite spoken word artists that I've come across in recent times, the famous Dom Byrne. Dom, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Very good, very good. Great to meet you. I think the last time I saw you, if I recall correctly, was did I give you a lift from the Kilcock Library? I think it was the last time I saw
Yeah,
you.
very graciously. Yeah.
Very gracious. And it was the first kind of no, I've definitely seen you since then, I think. But anyway, that was I remember doing that. That wasn't too long
Oh
ago.
yeah.
Sorry,
Seriously, we would have
Fear Street.
chatted or
Yeah,
yeah, Rising Tide.
yeah, that was the night Robert Sheehan was performing some poems. The famous
Yeah,
Robert Sheehan from Love Hate. But yeah, it's great to have you on anyway. But yeah, that night in Kilcock, that was the first time I saw you, and I remember being thinking, wow, this guy, you know. So for those of you who don't know who you are, Dom, tell us who is Dom Byrne.
good question. That's a very existential one to start. Um,
But we like to
who
go in
is
deep here,
Sandra?
you know. We like to start broad and then
Of
fun.
course, that's poetry. Yeah. Um, yeah, I suppose in terms of my kind of creative output, yeah, spoken word performer, I suppose. At the moment, sort of putting a lot of time into the music side of things. So I play harmonica and only starting to sing a bit over the last few months. So doing a project at the moment, Child of Remorse, full title Child of Remorse, Smoke the John Player Blues. And we're sort of combining a weird combination, but I think I like to think we're kind of making it work. So it's like blues and poetry together. So I kind of do short poems to introduce our songs, and they're kind of, I don't know, jazzy, funky blues songs. But yeah, it's the best crack to perform anyway. So that's what I'm putting a lot into at the moment. And then I suppose in terms of my first creative endeavors, it would have been acting, I guess. So like when I was 15 and 16, would have started with so I went to Kilkenny College. I'm from Kilkenny, and would have started out with the drama society there. Yeah, and that's when I kind of got the bug for performing, showing off, and yeah, doing stuff that wasn't. I was just mainly into my ball sports. Played uh, cricket, rugby, hurling, tennis. Uh, I suppose you name it. If it had a ball, then I was there. But yeah, then got into the acting, and then from there, it was kind of acting for a few years when I was in college. Yeah, more acting, and then it was only sort of the last 2.5 years got into writing more. I was doing English in college, so that kind of added to it a bit. Um, but then yeah, just last 2.5 years doing the spoken word, and now a bit of music in the last while. But yeah, that's it mainly in terms of the creative side of things.
Yeah. So you got your fingers in lots of pies. You know, you probably don't like to be tied down to one art form, I guess, do you? Or are you kind of honing more now into the spoken word, do you think? Or are you would you be happy to kind of be malleable between them all?
Yeah, I like being malleable. Yeah, um I think it's nice to see how much things can cross over, and I'm yeah, I'm quite proud of the fact that I've kind of yeah put my fingers in all those pies and given different things a crack. I actually even did a bit of stand up sort of while I was starting out. I did sort of a few months, kind of end of 2024. I would have done spoken word kind of to begin with, and then yeah, did a bit of comedy. The sorry, yeah, end of 2023 would have started with the spoken word, and then started 2024 did some comedy, and then also my proudest moment on stage was winning uh uh full DCU full Monty, which was a strip dance competition with DCU.
Right.
So
Interesting.
that,
And
that was the
did
best
you go?
moment.
Did you do the full Monty?
And not the full Monty. We only went down to our jeans, and most teams went down to their underwear. So really, I don't know. We should have probably lost points for that. But yeah, that was
Nine eighths Monty maybe or eight nine or well, yeah, you
eight
know.
nines. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but no, I'm not a particularly good dancer, but I do like dancing. But yeah, it's cool. Like I say, how it kind of crosses over, and I think just, I suppose when I'm talking to other people about like, uh, I don't know, given performing a go or kind of getting up on stage or nerves or whatever, like, obviously I still get nerves all the time, and the kind of, I don't know, the newer the situation or the newer the audience, the more nerves you get, of course, and you always try to perform to a new audience. But I think doing all those different, um, yeah, different categories of performance, I suppose, and just performing all the time, pretty much doing loads and loads of open mics and stuff. I think that definitely adds to the, just your confidence just over time. It's a very sort of gradual, but yeah, it's cool how they cross over the music and the comedy. And even I did child's entertaining for a while as well last year, or yeah, kind of last year and the year before. I was Santa and an elf and walked around with dinosaur puppets. So maybe that was the secret behind behind performing at doing that, because that's quite quite tricky at times, but fun as well.
Yeah, I suppose it does kind of. They're all kind of closely linked. I mean, even David Hines, I'm sure you know Dave Hines. He started out with comedy and then kind of ended up kind of going down the poetry route as well. So I think they are kind of
Yeah,
all intertwined in their own way. And when did you move to Dublin?
I moved to Dublin initially like end of 2021, so I was in college for a while in DCU. I dropped out. I did like 2.5 years, but I was doing English and religion teaching in DCU, and then was kind of
Represent?
up and represent. You were in DCU as well?
Not DCU, but I moved to theology and English. Yeah, so that's my gig at the
Oh
moment.
yeah, yeah, you're in English. Yeah,
I never had the courage to drop out. So fair play to you.
yeah, yeah.
But,
I
yeah,
didn't have the courage to not drop out.
yeah, yeah. There you go. Sorry, I
Yeah.
put across you there. And can I ask, when you moved to Dublin, was that what exposed you to the? Because I don't know what the spoken word scene is like down in Kilkenny or in the south in general, but I think Dublin has a great scene. And is that what kind of sparked your interest in the spoken word? Sorry.
Um, yeah. So, would have done theater from kind of end of 2021 in DCU, and then my first open mic would have been, as it is for I think a lot of performers, circle sessions and yeah, it was similar to, like I was saying, I was listening to Ava the other day on the podcast, and sort of similar to her, where it's like kind of just open my eyes, like, oh my god, this is so cool, the range of performers you got, people being really really honest, really candid, and then like really really creative as well. So yeah, it just really sparked different directions I could go, because I suppose in my mind I was kind of thinking, I don't know, page poets, and then I kind of vaguely knew of the spoken word scene, but I was thinking page poets and comedians and singers, and kind of that's they're quite sort of binary separate things, because I suppose that's what you see on the telly or whatever. But then yeah, when you go to a place like Circle Sessions, where it's just loads of it's just a massive motley crew of different people being weird. That was really cool to me. So I was like, oh, I can
I can
just
be weird
create
here.
something that's a bit. I can be weird, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah. But in terms of Kilkenny, I would have actually performed in Dublin to begin with. Like I say, with Circle Sessions, and then it was only kind of end of 2024. So when I was about a year into performing, I did my first like open mic in Kilkenny, just because I'd heard of Cult Collective is a group down there. It's a really cool group. It's kind of similar to Circle Sessions, just a kind of open mic thing in one of the pubs in Kilkenny, Home Rule Club. And yeah, that was really cool. Like I said, similar to Circle Sessions, but really nice actually to meet people from Kilkenny, like creative people, because it just again wouldn't have been something growing up that it would have had a lot of. I suppose a few people in my year in school and stuff, but because I was again doing a lot of sports, obviously have friends from that as well. But it's nice to just meet creative people from Kilkenny. But yeah, it's not huge, but there are plenty of really cool creative people, and yeah, like I say, it was cool to be exposed to that. But yeah, probably mainly performed in Dublin overall.
Yeah, yeah. You were saying there a moment ago about, oh, this is great. I can just be weird, and of course, I
Mm.
mean weird in the best way possible. But there is, I do think, especially when it comes to yourself, like there is a body of spoken word um, artists in Dublin, and they all very much have their own style. Then is you, and I would say you definitely stand out because you've got this whole blues thing going on, and it really comes through into your spoken word, and it's like okay, you've got people talking about like the political situations at the moment and that kind of thing, and you see a lot of patterns emerge there, but and you're completely off in. It's almost like in your own world, but it's like it's a very interesting world to be in. I wonder. I don't know if you're prepared to or willing to do this, but I saw it online and I really enjoyed it. Take it away and give it everything. I thought it was a great piece. Would you be willing to give our viewers maybe just a taste of that performance?
Yeah, for sure. Um,
I know you have
okay.
the harmonica. I don't know if you want to bust that out, but you're
I don't.
welcome.
I live in an I do have people above me, so it might be a bit loud. I tend not to practice for that reason. But it is fun to do. Yeah, to add that in at the end.
Yeah,
Um, okay. See if I can remember it. I'll try my best. You can edit out
I'll cut.
if I
If it's
mess up.
terrible, we'll cut it out. Don't worry. Someone
Okay,
will never
cool.
know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, just to explain, take it away and give it everything. So it's basically an assortment poem of all. I still don't know. I think there is a correct word for it. I say like call out lines for musicians to play solos. So like the classics are obviously take it away or come on or whatever. Which obviously can be quite a practical, and it always is quite a practical thing to call in someone to say just to make sure they know they're playing their solo. But I don't know. I just obviously I've listened to a lot of blues and stuff, and I love watching like live performances on YouTube or whatever. And there are just some really nice moments that inspired me where musicians would call in their bandmates, and it's just I don't know, it's just really beautiful when they call them in, and it's like, come on, you express yourself now in the best way possible, which is through your instrument. So anyway, yeah, I just assorted all these lines to create some sort of loose narrative. But yeah, it's fun to perform anyway, if I remember the words. So yeah, this is take it away and give it everything. Well, boys, somebody help me. You hear me? I don't know, man. Call my name. Excuse me. I hear you, son. I will be your chauffeur. No more trouble. Now I'm gonna play Lucille. All right, play it. Play it again, son. Come on, Will. Do it, Robbie, do it. Come on, Ronnie. All right, little honeybee. Oh, clean it up, Johnny. Play the blues for me, Freddie King. Come in, son. Play it low and lonesome. Give me something. Come on. Give me the needle, Doc. Man, slow down. Give me the needle. Don't walk so fast. Have mercy, baby. Talk to me, Van. Beef to me, Mama. Tell him about that. Break out. Take it down to the jetty, will you? Put a nickel in. How much to pay you? Take it, rub it, kick it, hit it. How about it be? Take it on, shooter. Come on, be good to me. Well, all right. You want? Yeah, play it. Come on. When she moves, my brain screams out this song. Solo!
It is.
Take it
Wow.
away.
Oh, that's great, man. I think my favorite bit is when you're like, I'm gonna play Lucille. All right, play it. Play it again, son. It's just such crack. Yeah. So that's just what a combination of like just from different blues players just saying these kind of things, chatting it out, and just that. kind of dialogue or what? Yeah.
Yeah, just from a load of different. Yeah, I suppose a good bit of blues. Who kind of features on a lot? So there's a lot of Muddy Waters. He loves calling people in for solo. Ray Charles, he does. I think Ray Charles is partly maybe because he's blind. Honestly, I think that like because he needs to vocalize it rather than pointing to whoever the performer is.
Yeah,
But he
fair.
has some great ones as well. Um, who else? There's a Freddie Mercury one in there. Shooter. Um,
Freddie
who
King.
Howlin' Wolf, Freddie King, of course. But he's saying "Play the Blues" for me, Freddie King. That's from Jimmy Rogers. So he did a track with Freddie King. Um, yeah, like I say, Howlin' Wolf, Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison is obviously the final line. "Hello, I love you" is that song. When she moves, my brain screams out this song, which I thought was kind of the most poetic one to finish on. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun compiling. And it's a fun one because I can just keep adding to it whenever I find a good call out line. I can kind of try to squeeze it in.
Very good.
But no, it's good crack.
Yeah, because I think that's when you see a lot of spoken word artists and they do the spoken word and they might experiment, like they might shake things up by like kind of I don't know, throwing in a bit of singing, or maybe they'll tap something, or something kind of that. But I think when you pulled out the harmonica when we were in Concoct that time, and at the end of it, I remember thinking, "Damn!" I was like, because you forget, you're like, "Oh yeah," just because it's spoken word doesn't mean you can't bring in these things, And I know to people watching,
Mm.
like, this sounds so lame, like what the hell, like, but it is true, like, and it is,
It
when
is
you have to,
that
like anyone could pull out a harmonica, but
way, yeah.
no, I remember thinking, "Damn," I wish I could play the harmonica. Yeah,
So fun. It's so fun to play.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
very cathartic. Like if you're having a bad day, just
Mm. And
great crack.
yeah, it sort of has that sort of down in the dump feel to it. That just gives you
Exactly. Yeah.
pep in your step as well. Yeah. So yeah,
It's
really
like
cool.
you're moaning and groaning if you play on the harmonica. You're
Mm.
yearning.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It carries the soul of every blues player that ever lived. I think the
That's
harmonica sound. So
nicely put, Lee. Yeah, beautiful.
um, so yeah. So childhood remorse. I was going to get onto that as well. So you did mention it briefly at the start of the podcast, but that's your kind of baby at the moment. Um,
Mm.
So tell us a bit about it. So I saw a clip of it on YouTube, and you were doing a few covers, but you have a whole band there. Yeah, so
Mm.
tell us about that, and what direction, where do you hope to bring the band down the line? Because it reminds me of Mike Gary and his string quartet. It's like
Mm.
Don Byrne and his blues band. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, well, as you know from that Kilcock performance, I'm a big Jim Morrison wannabe, so that's probably the main main inspiration.
I thought you were a
Um,
Barry Curvin tribute act.
Barry Corbin tribute act as well. Yeah, very much about. Well, Barry was my favorite performer the first open mic I did, so and he has been since. Um,
He loved. I remember him cracking up at your thing in Kentucky. He got a good kick out of it.
oh, Barry's great. Yeah, he's a classic like uh, guy who gets up and does a gas poem at a party.
Yeah,
He's yeah, he's
yeah.
brilliant, really good.
Great mustache as well. Great beard. Yeah, it's
Beautiful mustache as well. Yeah, yeah.
hard to craft.
Um,
Sorry, go on. You're saying.
no, hard, yeah, hard to grab indeed. Um, but yeah, where do you want to go? So I've applied for Dublin Fringe for us. So they were looking for like kind of more musicians this year, and they love their kind of genre bending stuff. So yeah, that could be a fun one for us if that works out. Um, but yeah, I think just doing more gigs. I'm lucky that I sort of would have a good few mates who would kind of play music in different bands and stuff around Dublin. So hopefully we can kind of, I don't know, start out kind of open for people or doing little bits and pieces here and there. But it's just really really fun to perform. Like if you can get a few people in the door and get people drinking and maybe having a dance and a sing or whatever. But yeah, it's been great to play properly with a band. Like I've only done, so there's a really fun event, a blues jam in Arthur's, which I would have been going to for the last sort of year. So I kind of cut my teeth in that playing harmonica, and then band's just been going for sort of since September rehearsing, and then our first show was in January. But yeah, I suppose just doing more gigs. I think festivals would be good for us. Obviously Dublin Fringe, but kind of yeah, like you say, with the sort of weirdness and the genre mixing of the poetry and blues, it could be a fun one for, I don't know, maybe even literature festivals or um just arts festivals in general could be up our street. But yeah, like I say, it's just really fun, even just rehearsing. So um whatever little gigs we can get, we'd be pleased to keep cutting our teeth and keep going at it.
Absolutely, yeah. I know, and I think there's big things in store down the line. You've already sort of you're blazing a trail. So that's great to see. Um, you mentioned earlier on about when you were I think in college and stuff, you were part of anything to do with any sports that involved a ball. You were all over that. So I think and that ties into a bit of one of your spoken word pieces as well. Now I'm going to forget the name, but I guess it's become known as the cricket poem. Um, I think it'd be a real shame if you didn't share that poem with our listeners here. The piece about the cricket. Would you be? I don't know. Would you be willing to
Yeah, yeah.
share it?
I
Yeah.
should have hopefully have that one in the noggin. Um, yeah, so it's called Cricket Leinster Division 9. And I usually started with a dad joke saying that cricket is like Marmite. Um, to most people, it looks like shit, but conservative English people love it. Um, but yeah, I've played cricket since I was 10 or 11. My family, they're not religious at all, but obviously because I play cricket and my mum is English, we were the local Protestants in our little Catholic village. Um, but that didn't stop me from pursuing
Yeah.
my dream of becoming a Cricket Leinster Division 9 cricketer.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I suppose it's one that sets itself up for a lot of existential thinking because you play for 7 hours on end. You're out in the field for 7 hours, so you think about it a lot, especially when you lose. Um, but yeah,
Yeah,
I like
it's
to say,
it's huge in India. I know, and I remember I was
hmm.
seeing an Indian girl for a while, and she was very enthusiastic about it. She brought me along to see this film called '93, I think it was called. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, is it about India winning the World Cup?
Yeah, the first
Yeah,
time
yeah.
they like ever won it or whatever, and I can't remember the name of the lead cricket player or the captain or whatever of the team, but
Tim
it
Doka?
was
Would it be Tim Doka?
it could
Or
be
maybe he's done it
yeah,
time. Yeah, I don't know.
But I remember there was a British commentator, and he was like, "If India win the World Cup this year, I will eat my own words." And when they did actually win, he ate the words. He wrote the words on a piece of paper, and
Yeah.
actually ate
Vaguely
them.
remember that.
So,
Yeah,
sorry, I was cutting across there, but anyway, yeah, we'd love to hear the cricket poem. So yeah,
yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is called Cricket Leinster Division 9. Cricket. You deserve a few words, at the very least. In fact, you deserve a piece that takes me 6 to 7 straight hours and demoralizes me and makes me question my entire existence, but ends with a pint, celebratory or not. You take up a large part of my brain. I often try to figure out which part. Is it my inner child? Is it my ego? Is it my inner monkey? Is it my inner child monkey? Is it my inner monkey child? Or is it my inner ego monkey? Or is it the inner ego monkey of my inner monkey child? Or maybe even the inner eager ego monkey of my inner monkey child? These questions forget to exist when we win a match. There are no questions when we win a match. Well, there is one question, I suppose. What exactly have we won? We've won 25 points. Oh, cool. And maybe next year we'll be in Cricket Leinster Division 8. Cool. Maybe everything will be okay in Cricket Leinster Division 8. Maybe I'll meet new friends in Cricket Leinster Division 8. Maybe I'll fall in love in Cricket Leinster Division 8. Or Trinity College in Cricket Leinster Division 8. Maybe we'll play a game at College Park. And there will be a group of beautiful Erasmus students from Sweden watching from the pav. And I'll walk off after scoring 74 runs, and Katarina will ask me what the rules of cricket are, and I'll say, well, Katarina, they're actually not called rules, they're called laws. What? Can the referee arrest you then or something? Well, actually, Katarina, they're not called referees, they're called umpires. Would you like another Copperberg? I didn't know Swedish people actually drink it. Sure, but first, take off your helmet and kiss me. I can't believe you scored 74 runs. Maybe I'll be the top scorer in Cricket Leinster Division 8. And, oh, that's it. The Ireland coach will be walking his dog past the ground during the final match of the season. And I'll hit a perfect cover drive to win the match off the final ball of the game. And the dog will break free from his leash and bound towards me and lick my face. And I'll say, oh, he's gorgeous. What's his name? And the Ireland coach will say, I think what's more important is your name. We have a World Cup coming up, and we've been longing for a batsman who can pace an innings like that. And then I'll be selected for the World Cup. And I'll be mates with all the players. And I'll call them all by their nicknames. Sturlo, Hazza, Baza, Gaza, Dockers. But then we'll lose all our games. And be knocked out in the group stage. And Katarina will break up with me. And I'll have a pint. But then we'll play another game. And win. And then, maybe, everything will be okay.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I love it as well. It's just like, it's such an obscure division as well. Like, oh, if I can just get to Division 8, not even Division 2 or 1, Division 8,
Yeah.
then everything, I suppose they were always setting those little milestones for us. And did you actually feel that way? Did you actually feel like, oh, if we can get into that division, it'd be great. Life would be a lot better. Or is it just for what you the kind of the joke of it? But I suppose you obviously wanted to rise up the ranks.
I suppose, I don't know. I think it's just that thing with sport. Obviously, like I said, I've played a lot of sport growing up, and I still play cricket. It's just that funny thing of, and you kind of deep down, especially as you get older. So obviously, when you're a kid, you're obviously thinking about, I'm going to play for Ireland, or you just have these big sort of lofty dreams, and everything does really mean so much. But I think, yeah, with sport, obviously, you just have to, like, it is all about, again, as you get older, there's more of the social aspect and stuff. But your main goal, obviously, during a match is that you want to win. And it's just, yeah, it's funny, kind of tragic but beautiful how a win does kind of make everything okay. Especially after playing for 7 hours, you want to win at the end of it.
Jeez, yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of just that kind of tragic, constant desire to get this golden thing. And obviously, we would joke as a team that we're getting up to Cricket Leinster Division 8. Oh, amazing. But despite that not sounding like a big thing and not really being a big thing, you still, I suppose it's a bit like life, you just have to truck on and achieve whatever your goals are, even if they don't, contribute to some massive sort of worldly thing. You just have to, stick to your task and take whatever your little victories are, I suppose.
And did you ever get to Division 8 in the end, or?
No, but they stayed. Listen to this. So they stayed in. So I was with Bagnallstown the last 2 years, kind of just down the road from me, so County Carlow. And I played with them all growing up till I was about 17, 18. But they were in Cricket Leinster Division 9 for a couple of years. But they stayed in it for this year. But then Trinity, their second team, got promoted from Division 10 last year, so I could have met Cater. I'm actually probably going back to Terenure to play this year because I'll be living in Dublin. But I could have had the chance to play or play in front of Katerina this year because
Oh, she's real.
Trinity are the same division. Yeah, Trinity second team are in the same division. But again, that's the sort of.
But like Katerina is she's a real person.
No, well, I don't know.
Oh, sorry, it made it sound like she was like a real. I'll be playing next to Katerina.
Could be. Who knows? I don't know.
But yeah, no, that's it's a great poem. It's a great poem. At times, like that's really what spoken word. It's like a story, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's less sort of poemy than my other one. Like obviously, there's not much. There are kind of loose rhymes within it. But yeah, it is a bit more kind of a prosy kind of soliloquy kind of thing.
7 minutes left, so I just want to ask you before we finish up, what's your kind of writing process? Like, when do you set aside time, or do you have like a schedule, or do you just do it when you feel like it, or what's your jazz?
I think starting out, I was a bit obsessed with the idea of because it's poetry, kind of, and there's a beauty in that as well, just of it has to be spontaneous, like it has to be sort of stream of consciousness. I'm very profound in this 1 second, and boom, 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 close my eyes and write it, and then that's the kind of spontaneous piece or whatever. But yeah, I like I say, I still kind of believe in those lovely sparks of consciousness or kind of weirdness or whatever, which is the poetry, the nice stuff. But yeah, I'd be more structured in terms of sitting down and kind of writing the crap to begin with. I think that's kind of, obviously people always talk about the writing the crap first draft or whatever, but I think that applies to poetry as well. Like my first few lines when I sit down will always be kind of pretty mundane, but then yeah, it's like anything, like sport or like music, you might be a bit rusty, or you might have to warm up or whatever, but then once you get into the flow of things, then it can be, that's where the nice stuff comes. Yeah, there's a great quote from Johnny Marr from the Smiths, actually via Picasso, which is a pretty cool link. But he says, inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. And I really like that as an idea. Like, obviously you can have these sparks, but if you don't give yourself the chance for them to come, or you're not sitting with a pen in that moment, or you're not sort of ready to write or put it into something kind of tangible or something you can hold or you can see or you can hear, then it might sort of slip away. So I think it's important for me to regularly, I don't know, most days or maybe every couple of days, just sit there with the pen and hope that the inspiration comes, I suppose. Yeah. Just give yourself that.
1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. That's what they say, isn't it?
Yeah. Boom. That's it.
Dom, it's been great having you on the podcast. I think our viewers will thoroughly enjoy the chat and the performances here on the screen. And I look forward to hopefully seeing more of you down the line, and hopefully as well get to see a viewing of Child of Remorse at some point in the near future, and hopefully the Fringe Festival all going well. But
hopefully. Thanks so much for having me, Lee. It's lovely to kind of just talk about the thing that I really love. So thanks so much for having me. It's been lovely.
Well, that's the goal of the Loon Press podcast, to give these things a voice. So great to have you. And look, thanks for everyone, and for our listeners, please check out Dom, check out his page, give him a follow, and if anyone's looking for a Barry Curvin tribute act, this is our man here. So
I do weddings or kids parties either. There's quite a lot of swearing in my poems, but I can that out.
You can edit it, exactly. Well, look, thanks a million, Dom. Mind yourself, and we'll be in touch soon.
Thanks so much, Lee. See ya.
See you now.
Bye-bye.